welcome to this explainer. Okay, I actually want you to take a quick deep breath with me, center your focus, and just settle in. Because today we're going to embark on a really deeply meditative journey. Now, if you look at the source material we're exploring, at first glance it might seem, well, incredibly simple. It's basically a looping transcript of a single chant repeating over and over again. But here's the thing, this isn't just repetition for the sake of it. It's actually an ancient architectural blueprint for the mind. We're going to unpack the Kashi Vishwanath mantra, and we'll explore not just what the words mean, but how its very deliberate structure and continuous rhythm are literally designed to alter your state of consciousness.
Okay, let's dive into this. These are the 4 foundational lines that make up the absolute entirety of our source material. This is the Sanskrit chant in its complete form. It goes, Sanandam Anandavaneva Santam, Ananda Kandam, Hatapapa Vrindam, Varanasinatham, Anathanatham, Sri Vishwanatham, Sharnam Prapaje. Now, if you read the actual transcript of the audio this is drawn from, these exact 4 lines simply loop endlessly. But what are we actually saying here? And honestly, more importantly, what is this chant doing to our brain as it repeats?
Section 1. Dhyan aur Kashi Vishwanath, which translates to meditation and Kashi Vishwanath.
To really understand the relationship between dhyana, which means deep meditation, and this specific invocation, we have to look at the whole purpose behind that looping text. When you look at the source transcript, it is literally pages of the exact same words. Now, in our modern, super fast-paced world, we kind of tend to view repetition as redundancy, right? Like, we get it, let's move on. But neurologically speaking, endless repetition equals deep meditation. The continuous looping acts as a really powerful psychological tool. It basically gives your busy wandering mind a post to tie itself to. By chanting or listening to these lines over and over, you crowd out all that daily static. It grounds your mind and sets a very deliberate stage for a spiritual journey. It's an anchor.
Let's move to Section 2, Anandavana, the abode of bliss, and see how this builds.
You see, the chant doesn't just ask you to empty your mind, it actually asks you to fill it. Let's focus on this opening visualization, Sanandamanandavane Vasantam. When we translate this from Sanskrit, it roughly means residing joyfully in the forest of bliss. So right from the very first breath of the chant, you aren't just staring into a blank void. You are actively transporting your consciousness into a lush, incredibly joyful environment.
Now, what's really interesting about this slide is the compound Sanskrit word itself, Ananda Vana. Ananda means absolute bliss or joy, and Vana means forest. But, this isn't necessarily a physical forest made of trees. It's a conceptual, joyful space right there within your own mind. It's exactly where the meditation formally begins. Before you ask for anything, before you start reflecting on your life and all its stresses, the chant demands that you first locate this place of absolute tranquility and joy within yourself. You're literally stepping into the forest of bliss.
Section 3. Destruction of sins and sorrows. Once you've established that mental sanctuary, the mantra shifts into a much more dynamic process. The second line reads, Ananda Kandam Hatha Papa Vrindam. This line is so incredibly powerful. If you speak it clearly, you can almost feel the rhythm doing the heavy lifting for you. It introduces this fascinating dual nature to the meditation. You are simultaneously nurturing something beautiful while actively destroying something harmful.
And this brilliantly illustrates that exact dual action. On one side, we've got the creation and sourcing of pure joy, but on the flip side, we have the active destruction of negativity. It's wiping away negative actions or sins. That's the Pava Vrindam. The chant is basically suggesting that true peace absolutely requires both of these things. You can't just cultivate joy, you also have to